like a fountain, but it left me with nothing, just memories of walking through Washington Square. Now I live in the shadow where all the lights are electric. The time is a number that rests on.
Good evening.
Hi.
We're here in the beautiful state of Montana for President Trump's next rally. And we're super excited to be here. We think it's going to be a great atmosphere tomorrow. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Well, this is my first rally back since Michigan. I was with you in Detroit, and I have been on a little bit of a hiatus, and I came back to find Tom and not Steve. We've been talking about Steve Lookner all night long in the best way, especially over dinner, because I used to take Steve's dinner just occasionally, and you know, we might continue the tradition with Tom. We're not sure yet.
Well, Maggie ate some of my mashed potatoes tonight, so at dinner. So just to continue the tradition. Yeah. So welcome back, Margaret.
Thank you. It's good to be back. And I hadn't met Bailee yet.
Yes, this was the first time we met. We actually met on our connecting flight.
We flew in together.
Yeah, we flew into Denver. Her from DC and me from San Diego, and then we flew into Denver and then connected that way. So it was pretty awesome.
Right.
Definitely.
Billings, Montana. Can you believe it?
Beautiful Billings. We're back. We were in Montana 4th of July weekend. On July 5th, we were in Great Falls, Montana. So we're back. Here we are in September, and we're back. So President Trump focusing on Montana. The current U.S. Senator here, John Tester, is a Democrat. So President Trump is hoping to, unseat him.
This is very strategic. So you mentioned Tester. He is the incumbent. He's been in office since 2007, and he is the person to beat. And the president, strategically ahead of the 2018 midterm elections, is here in the great state of Montana. This is his second visit since July. I had never been to Montana, so I'm so excited that he's come here, that we can finally see it. But you're absolutely right. He's doing this presumptively, one could guess, because of these tight races in places like Montana.
Yeah, I think it's important to note too, so there's just over 998,000 people that live here, so less than 1 million people in the entire state, which is pretty crazy to think about. But I think it's also important to note the reason why we're here, and that is because Tester is one of only 10 Democrat incumbents in the Senate that the GOP is trying to unseat. So these 10 seats are pretty critical. So Montana being a state of less than 1 million people, the reason the president is coming back here for the second time within 2 months is just because he's trying to reiterate his support for the GOP, turn these not historically, but sometimes blue seats red, and really hone in on those key areas that he could likely flip come November.
And the Republican nominee that President Trump is here to support, his name is Matt Rosendale. He is the current state auditor here in Montana, and he defeated 2 other Republicans in a highly contested primary here in Montana. But Matt Rosendale is the Republican nominee, and President Trump is coming back here to promote him, and hopefully to get another Republican in the United States Senate, where, as you can tell from the hearings for Judge Brett Kavanaugh, that it's very contested, very heated, and it's a 50-50 split in the U.S. Senate.
We were mentioning the Kavanaugh confirmation over dinner, and something that Tom said that really stuck out with me. This poor man was so well liked with his students. I didn't even know that he was a professor until Tom brought it up, and he can't get a word in edgewise, and his own confirmation hearings, they won't allow him to speak. So as you say, having people that are with the president and support the agenda, support the administration, they're critical because of issues like having, the Supreme Court justice, successfully going through the Senate hearing process. So yeah, but that's interesting. That's what's going on today. Anything else going on in Montana? I mean, other than we're here?
Well, Bailee mentioned there's about 1 million people here in Montana, and it is represented by one member of Congress. And who is that, Bailee?
Greg Gianforte.
Greg Gianforte. So
yeah.
Greg Gianforte, I did a tribute with him when I jumped in the pool in Fargo. So Greg Gianforte, he had this famous incident with a media person, and they had a little wrestling match, so to speak. So, Greg Gianforte, he won a special election here last year, and we covered that on RSBN. And he is the congressman at large. At large means the whole district or the whole state. So there is one congressman for the whole state of Montana. His name is Greg Gianforte. We expect to hear from him tomorrow. We expect to hear from Matt Rosendale. And I expect, 99% sure, that Donald Trump Jr. will be speaking tomorrow. This is his second home.
This is his state.
Definitely.
I mean, this is every time you see a photograph of Don Jr., it's always in Montana, either fishing or, and I want to know something, by the way, Joe. So normally he gives us a little bit of lag time. He has us in and out. We are not enjoying Big Sky Country a second longer than we will be here. We're in and out. So hopefully we'll get to see some of the nature while we're here because it's so beautiful.
What did you mention you wanted to do? You wanted to go horseback riding?
Which would require me settling up a horse and finding someone to take me. But there are all of these advertisements. So I knew that we were coming here, and I was trying to find something to do early Friday morning that would be fun before we got back on the plane and went back to DC. And poor Tom is driving, by the way. He's driving back down. But also Bailey's going to be flying. But just something fun that we could all do as an RSBN group. We're kind of a new family. I know that RSBN, we've been around a long time, but this feels like a new family. It's a new energy, and hopefully you guys like it. And I have to say, I'm really liking it. It's kind of awesome.
Well, that's great. Welcome back, Maggie. We missed you.
It's good to be home.
Shout out to Alyssa Ash. She's doing all the work here. She's carrying the bucket here for RSBN and doing all the great nightly news. So I want to give a special shout out to Alyssa and Tara and Liz, of course, James. We'll have our cameraman joining us tomorrow, and Aaron and Micah Messer. So all of the great people that make RSBN what it is. And Joe Seals, of course, our boss and CEO. And we can't forget the moderators, Mod Mom, Guinevere, Lynn Jean, Jan, Real Frank, Roger Vega, Jazz Punk. They'll all be on tomorrow. Barbara Brayley's on during the daytime. Barbara Brayley. So all the great moderators, Webster Cow. And without you, we wouldn't be where we're at today. You make us look good. Right. So we're just honored and privileged to be able to bring it all to you and be there in person, like as if you're there with us.
And if you guys are liking what you're seeing and you want to continue watching this live coverage all week, or for the, 2 days that we're here, then definitely be sure to donate. We appreciate each and every one of you for donating. It gets us to these rallies and it keeps the steam behind the GOP. So it's absolutely critical moving forward that we're able to go to these things and bring you this live coverage and let you in on exactly what's going on here. So if you want to donate, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can do it via YouTube. There's an icon at the bottom of your screen. I believe it's on the left-hand screen. And then what are some of those other ways, guys?
Well, the super chat button is a great way to donate. It's really quick. It's 2 clicks. Is this right? It's like a little dollar sign. You just click on it. It greatly helps our mission and what we're doing. We were talking about before we got on the air how expensive it is to be here, and flights alone were crazy expensive just to get Bailee and I here and to get us home. So it really helps us out. Anything you can do. Also, you are doing some pretty wild stuff if we hit specific mile markers. Is this correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Still going this route?
We have a contest. We should cover that first, but
okay. Cart before the horse, please, Tom. Yes, take it away.
You can find us on our website, rsbnetwork.com. rsbnetwork.com. That's the umbrella. So you go there, and then you'll find all the links. You'll get all the information. So tell all your friends. Post the links. rsbnetwork.com. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Click on the bell, click subscribe, and you can. The links I'm talking about are patreon.com/rsbn. It's for creators, you could be make monthly donations to our network if you really like what you're seeing. We're showing the crowds, we're interviewing people, we're working like crazy, but we need your help. We need your donations. We need your support to keep going, and we really appreciate it. We have to ask for it. And so patreon.com/RSBN, Patreon, Patreon. So patreon.com, that's where you can make monthly donations as little as $1 a month, $5, $8 a month, 15. If you donate $30 a month or more, you'll see your name scrolled at the bottom of the screen. So those names you see at the bottom of the screen, they donate monthly, either on patreon.com or on YouTube. We also have, you could become a member of our channel on YouTube. So that's for $4.99 a month. So you'll see a membership link on the YouTube channel, and you can become a member. Your name will light up in colors in green, and along with the dollar sign donations. If you click on the dollar sign, you could put in a little message with your donation, and we'll read those on the air. So
and I just want to give a shout out Roger Vega. Thank you so much for your $10 donation. He said, in honor of Tom O'Neill, an American original, thanks to Maggie and Bailee.
You are an American original.
oh, I don't know.
And I want to
That's
mention
right.
too, we're doing a giveaway this week for this rally as well. We did it last week and it went over really well with our viewers. We love you guys. We want you to know that there is an incentive to doing this, not only getting that coverage, but we also are having a contest, and so our largest donor will receive a flag that one of our loyalists, I guess you would call him, garners signatures throughout the day from all those patriots who gather to support and, you know, bolster that steam behind the GOP. So it's true, it's not technically a true American flag, but it's a true patriot flag, and we're very excited to do that. So donate, and we will continue to update you with that in regards to who's winning for that. So
Should we talk a little bit about the rally tomorrow, what to expect for those of you that are watching at home that can attend, for those of you that can attend, that we're going to be meeting tomorrow. Chris, really quickly, I want to give a shout out to Christopher. Thank you for your donation, and thank you for welcoming me back. It's so good to be back, and hopefully you'll be in the crowd and I can meet you in person. I love meeting all of you. And like Bailee said, we really love our audience. With that said, so we know that the president is not going to be, usually we see him pull directly up on Air Force One right in the rally. He's actually going to be landing at Billings Logan Airport this time. The rally starts at
7 Mountain Time, so 9 o'clock Eastern. So it's a later rally than usual, than most of the country's used to seeing. But
we're going to be on the ground at 1:30, 1:32. We're going to be out of our hotel. We're going to begin interviewing you in line. The doors open at 4, and what we know, reports that I've been seeing, they think that 10,000 people, as many as 10,000 people may be in attendance.
The capacity for the arena, the Rimrock Auto Arena here in Billings, Montana, is 12,000. So it's a large facility. We're right across the street from there. And you could tell it's pretty big. So, you know, we were just here in Montana in July, and there were people that drove from Boise, Idaho, which I believe is about a 6-hour drive.
I don't know if you want to shut them out.
Oh,
just
yeah,
as
sure.
We're getting them to you.
So there'll be people coming from different areas. Montana's a big state. Billings, a very, I was here for the 4th of July. I was here the night of the 4th of July. I stayed at a Holiday Inn, and the place was booming with fireworks. I mean, there's so much patriotism here in beautiful Billings, Montana. It's just crazy. So I anticipate there's going to be, it's going to be a picture perfect day. The weather's going to be absolutely gorgeous, upper 70s, sunny, low humidity here in the great Northwest. So the weather's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be just great. And people, I anticipate, are just going to show up, and like they usually do. And maybe there'll be people left outside. I don't know, but 12,000, I mean, you'd think everybody will get in tomorrow. But so we're going to start our coverage about 1:30, and that's Mountain Time. So that would be about 3:30 Eastern Time. So remember, to the mods in the chat, that everything is, we're 2 hours behind Eastern Time. So we say 1:30 Mountain Time, that's 3:30 Eastern. And then the rally begins at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. So just to help out, with the mods in our 24-hour chat, you can check that out and go there anytime.
The time zones alone, I have no idea what time it is right now. Could you just, so 7 o'clock the rally starts, not 6. My mistake, guys. I normally think it's earlier than it is. This is a later rally than we normally see, right? I mean, it feels like a little bit late.
Yeah, I mean,
And we're East Coast. I mean, I'm splitting between West and East, but I'm coming from the East Coast time zone, so I'm a little thrown being here. We want to give some quick shout outs though, because we're seeing donations come in, And did you have one, Bailee, that was a little bit ago? And forgive us if we're missing. We're going to catch back up here.
Thank you to Sell CNN for $1. They donated $1.30. We appreciate it. Thank you.
We do.
I think we shouted everyone else out so
We
far.
did.
I want
Okay.
to touch a little bit back onto like why we're here and why the president's coming here. So I know Tom had briefly mentioned this. So the entire state of Montana is actually represented, like you had mentioned, by one congressional representative in the U.S. House. With that being said, Gianforte is the incumbent. He won the special election last year when Ryan Zinke was appointed to the Secretary of the Interior. So he currently serves in the White House administration. So this seat, it's kind of interesting because the Senate seat is a current Democrat incumbent. However, the U.S. House seat has actually been red for over 2 decades. Since '97, it's been a Republican that has held that office. So it's important to note that while both of these races are deemed toss-ups, they both, are opposite from opposite parties. So it really is important, like I said, like I harped on last week, you have to get out there and vote. This just goes to show, especially having only a 50-49 majority at the moment in Congress, it's really, really critical that we all get out and vote and keep the steam behind the GOP, like I said. So just another thing to think about moving forward.
Not to mention the critical issues at play on Capitol Hill. We're seeing that today. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught Marco Rubio in the hallway after that really notorious hearing that went on the Hill today in the Senate. But media censorship is in an unprecedented level, like we've never seen it before, and specifically conservative media like us, like we are, we're censored, we're demonetized, and we're really stigmatized on platforms just like YouTube. So we want to say thank you for watching us. Keep going, keep supporting us. We need it, we rely on it, and especially now more than ever because we're seeing such a crackdown on exactly what we're doing right now. This is it. So
Censorship is real. Say no to shadow banning. Not cool.
not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
And continue supporting us because we really need it to survive.
Yes, we love all of those donations. We can't tell you guys enough how much we love you and appreciate you, and it's really awesome just because not only are we able to go to these rallies and see our sitting president speak, but we're able to interact with you and getting to meet like some of our loyal viewers, and it's just such an incredible experience. So again, if you like what you're seeing, donate, and you'll be in the running to receive that flag.
Yeah, special shout out to Randall Tom again. Randall Tom, one of the front row Joes. Cindy Hoffman, one of our moderators, also front row Joe. Becky with the cows, we like to call her. Maybe we'll see her there tomorrow. But they're very helpful, in getting the word out about RSBN and the lines. And Randall Tom is the one, bringing us the flag. He's the one that sets up a table, brings his Sharpies and has everybody signing the flag, and then he's donating the flag to us so that we could have it as a part of our contest to give to you. So it's a beautiful flag, a Make America Great Again flag, with an American flag theme to it. So we're looking forward to that, and we had a great response at our last rally, people donating to be a part of that contest, and we look forward to showing the flag, getting it signed tomorrow. And of course, interviewing the people in line and showing you the crowds. And it's just going to be another great day. It's going to be just another memorable rally, and like they typically are. And you just don't know what to expect. We don't know who the speakers are going to be, and we don't know how many people are going to be there. We don't know how where the lines are going to go or how long they're going to be. But it's going to be fun. And like I said, it's just going to be exciting, and looking forward to it.
That's right. And we just got another donation for $1.99. We still want to say thank you. It does help. $10. Who is this from? I'm kind of reading over her shoulder. Forgive me. I'm not logged in on my own phone tonight, so I'm kind of looking at this. But this is wonderful. Thank you for the donations. And really quickly, I want to point out, we're patriots. We love this country. We love coming to these rallies. We don't do this for the money. We do this for love of country, and we love being with you and covering this and bringing it to you. That's the sole motivation. This guy, the last time I met him, I love that he's here now, but he was just, one of the most patriotic people I think I'd ever met last year. He was so wonderful, and it's just, you kind of know his heart. You know where he's coming from, which is.
I think it was
why
the
he's wearing
seersucker.
here.
The last time I
It
met her, I
was
was wearing a seersucker suit. Which
You had
I've
one
been
on
wearing it a lot
last
this
I know,
summer.
yeah.
But you got a special donation here.
Okay.
Please
let's
read
see.
that.
How do we know this is for me? Hold on.
Oh, it's for you.
Oh my God, the Queen is back. That's probably Bailee. I didn't go anywhere. I haven't been anywhere. The last time I was here was Michigan. That was just a couple rallies ago. Nothing. Nobody's gone anywhere. You know, it's
Yeah, but Maggie, you're a celebrity. Everywhere we go,
Right.
people know who you are.
Right.
He
he means that in a notorious way,
Yeah.
in an infamy kind of way.
Yeah.
Not. Anyway, it's great to be back, and we love this great country, which is what we're doing here. We love our president, and I don't mean to say that in a very biased way, but it's amazing to see so many people support and love our country, and just support what's going on.
Absolutely. I just want to mention we're in the hotel lobby, so there is noise in the background. I'm sorry about that, but this is the best spot we could find, a most comfortable spot, better than sitting in a hotel room. So sorry about the background noise. We'll just try to speak up, but thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here with us, and thank you for your donations.
Yeah, thank you again, Cornish Game Hen, for your additional donation. We appreciate it.
And there is a television in the background. We don't have the ability or the right to shut that off. It does look like it's on the lowest decimal.
I was gonna say, I don't
They
even
just
know
hear the
that
voices.
sounds on.
They just hear the
Yeah,
people.
and of course we're right in the middle of the lobby, so people are walking past us nonstop, gaping. What are they doing over there? Anyway, I am bunking with Bailee, by the way, and I want to say this. This is fun. This feels like a girls' trip, kind of with Tom. Like it's kind of nice.
Well, our cameraman will be here tomorrow, so I'm going to
Yes.
do the pre-setup. I'm going to set up the camera in the media pen at the arena early in the day. Then they do the security sweep with the dogs, and then our cameraman will be joining us tomorrow in the late in the morning, early afternoon. So we're going to have a full crew tomorrow, and but we need your help.
We do, and also I've missed all. I'm not going to call them shenanigans. I've missed all of Tom's, amazing fun things that he does. I've heard that he's jumped in freezing water. Is this correct? I didn't see this, but this is what I'm hearing this secondhand. He's jumped in freezing water, and we want to see him do it again. So be sure and donate, because I missed it the first time, frankly. And what are you going to do?
Well,
this time?
there's a pool here in the hotel, so if we get to our $10,000 goal, I'll jump in the pool here at the hotel.
There we go.
I don't want to say the name of
There
the
we
place,
go.
but we're at a hotel, so I'll find the pool.
With all of this on, like for all the garb on.
Yeah, sure. I
mean,
Donate. I want to see.
Bailey's all excited.
seriously, right?
Too funny.
I don't know. I missed this the first time.
Did we get a big donation there?
Let's see. All right, so I cannot say your name on this live stream because there's a profanity in it, but it says, "See all you." Okay, in here lurking.
Thank
around
you for
what
your
you're doing.
donation. You know who you are.
Save our country, Maggie. Just the okay. No, I can't. I don't know
Gotta speak
if
up.
I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. We're not mic'd, first of all, so we're yelling in a lobby. But I'll try to speak up for you. So thank you for that donation. Very generous of you, and we really rely on it to be able to do this, to be able to be here with you.
Well, where have you been, Maggie? He's asking where
Joe
have you
said,
been.
"Read without cussing." I honestly, I haven't said a bad word on the air in 2 years. Like the last, I was an accident. So, I'm joking, by the way, no profanity, but I will try to read without cussing. It's helpful if you guys don't put cuss words in your
Very
usernames, because when you're looking down and reading them, you're really not absorbing it, and you realize that you're using profanity. So, anyway.
And thank you to Adeline for your $5 donation. We really appreciate it. She said, Maggie and Alyssa are amazing. We love you, Maggie.
Thank you guys. Tom, do you have any you want to read? I've got to get, all right, here. Let's see.
And just to clarify, if you're just tuning in now, the rally is going to start at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 9 p.m. Eastern time. So just to update you, we will be starting live coverage around 1:30 our time.
No.
Right, Mountain Time, so 3:30 Eastern Time. So be sure to tune in. We'll have live coverage the entire day, interviewing all of the Patriots there, and just getting you guys up to speed on everything that's going on.
You guys don't, I mean, I'm sure you do realize this, but the first time I did one of these rallies, we get to be on the stage with major networks. We're essentially competing for their views, and we love it when you tune in, when you give to our network. Okay, hold on, let's see. Somebody's saying my full message was not read, and I'm not talking about the, okay, my apologies. But thank you nonetheless.
This
for
was
your
all good
donation.
intent.
Yeah.
So let me just read the message then. See all of you in here lurking around. How you doing? What are you doing to save our country today? Maggie Howell. I've been missing you.
Well, I've been missing you too.
Why
Where
have you
been?
Why have you been gone? So tell us about the new member of your family, Maggie.
Oh, I adopted a dog. I've adopted a puppy. He's about a pound. His name's Henry. He's a dachshund. And I've never felt love like this in my life. And I'm not even a dog person. I've always kind of made fun of those people that have their dogs and they really love them. I always thought they were, something was wrong with them. I totally get it. Like I met this little dog by accident. I went in to get something else and I walked out with him, and yeah, I haven't been able to put him down since he came home. So.
And how old is
Can you
he?
show us the picture?
He's 8 weeks old, but he looks like he's 2 weeks old because he's only a pound. He's 1.2 pounds. And dogs,
He put on some
he
weight.
did 1.1, 1.2. Dogs that are his age and in his weight class, he should be about 5 to 6 pounds now. So they think that he's not going to ever be that big. You know what, guys? All of my pictures of Henry are on the phone that we're live streaming on. This is my old phone.
Oh, okay.
But if you're on my Twitter account, he's up. And
Is he on your Instagram on there?
I've
You can't get
got
his-
I have locked myself out of my own Instagram, by the way. So if you're finding me on Instagram, I can't get in to see what you're writing to me. I need to kind of update my stuff. But Henry's on my page, so be sure and show him some love because, he's the man of my life. What can I say?
Well, we're so happy that you're joining us. I mean,
We are.
I'm sorry he's not here. I was afraid to travel with him, so.
We need a mascot.
We
don't you think?
do. He kind of looks like a gerbil. Not to continue talking about it.
A gerbil.
He's kind of a gerbil. He's the size of a gerbil. So anyway, but thank you guys for listening to my gushing over this animal.
And thank you to Mashi Banda for your $1.99 donation, making an interview with CNN.
Oh, so my Twitter handle, just in case, and you guys forgive me, it's locked at the moment. So full disclosure, I have a pretty nasty stalker who's been showing up at my home, who's been finding me online. So I get really scared when I travel, and sometimes I lock my Twitter. I'm trying to deal with it the best way that I know how, but police have been to my home this past week, and it's been really fun. But in the meantime, send me a friend request and I'll friend you, and I'll eventually go back to public in a couple of days. But when an issue happens and it flares up, I tend to lock myself down. So
That makes
anyway.
sense.
But I'm at Margaret J. Howell if you want to see Henry.
And also thank you to Last Cigarette for your $5 donation. He said Jim Acosta loves Joe Seals. Play the video.
So what's your Twitter, Bailee?
It's at Byers, BYERS _ Bailee, BAILEE. So 2 E's, no Y.
And I'm at Tom O'Neill OH, and you can also find us at RSB Network.
There we go. Should we talk
Alyssa Ash at Alyssa RSBN. So we, all of our crew has Twitter handles. One person I forgot, shout out to Max Kleiber. He's a student at Auburn, and he's one of our reporters, and I know that he can't wait to get to the next rally. And so sorry about that, Max, but I want to give you a shout out too, and looking forward to seeing you at a future rally, and hope everything's going well with school. War Eagle.
What is this War Eagle? I'm joking. I'm very familiar, Joe and Liz, what a War Eagle is. I'm just, Anyway, it's a regional thing. For those of us who don't live there, I mean, do you want to explain the love that people have for this?
Oh,
I mean,
you
it's
know,
like
I mentioned our 24-hour chat. You know, the 24-hour chat, you can go there anytime and get the latest information on what's going on at RSBN. If you want to know when the next rally is, go to our 24-hour chat. And our moderators are there, and they put up all the links. And, you know, there's great fellowship there in the chat. But the video is of Toomer's Corner, which is in Auburn, Alabama, on our 24-hour chat.
Toomer's Corner.
Toomer's Corner is, you know, the campus of Auburn University, and that's the home of RSBN. So that's where our home studio is. So, you know, you can go there anytime, and you hear some great music too, from Jacob Seals and from, what's the band? I forget, Joe's favorite band. I forget already.
I don't
know. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Joe.
So, but you'll hear some great music there. And so it's a great place to go in between, you know, our live streams. And thank you for tuning in. And
Also, I just want to mention too, in case you're just tuning in. So last week we did a giveaway with a flag. It's not a real American flag. It's a flag that has President Trump's emblem on it. And one of our loyalists, who I like to call him, Randall Tom, got a bunch of signatures from the Patriots waiting in line. It was amazing, and we gave it to our highest donor last week, and we'll be doing that same contest this week. So it's a huge incentive to donate. It really is, you know, like an artifact of history, essentially. It sounds kind of cliche, but it's just so true. We're at such a critical political moment in our history, and to have something like that is just totally awesome as, you know, a keepsake for, you know, remembering the political atmosphere of our time. So keep donating. We really appreciate it, and it's, you know, how we get to these rallies and how we keep bringing you this live coverage. So again, if you like what you're seeing, please donate, and just know that we appreciate all of you for doing so.
Yes.
yeah, political memorabilia, it's great. You know, it's getting to the point where it's, you know, it's as valuable as sports memorabilia. You know, I have things from past presidential campaigns. I try to, you know, I keep like a little archives, political memorabilia, pins. I'm a big collector of
Do you have a
political
Nixon pin?
pins.
Here you go.
You know, no, I have, you know, everything from the 2000 election on, you know, the Bush Cheney, McCain Palin, Romney Ryan, and now, you know, Trump Pence. So all the great political pins and memorabilia. It's so important to keep those, hold on to those. You just never know. And now with technology, it's a smaller world now. So the band I forgot to mention was Counting Crows. So that's the music you hear on our 24-hour chat. I want to thank the, you know, the regulars in the chat for reminding me. So Counting Crows, you hear a lot of music from them, and other great music on our 24-hour chat. Are we doing anything else other than the flag for the contest? Or we're just doing the flag, correct?
Right, the highest donor will receive the flag.
Okay.
We'll reach out to them for their information, and we'll send that via mail.
So to
So,
participate in this contest, don't we need to give them a link? I'm assuming that we should give them a link. I keep seeing this link pop up. I just want to make sure that you guys can enter.
Stream contest, go to.
It's rsbnetwork.com/enter/. Is that correct? Is it
yeah,
correct to you?
/enter, yeah.
Yeah.
2 slashes, so one in the beginning and then one in the end of enter.
Also, thank you to Steven Asante. He gave us a $10 donation, and yeah, thank you for your donation. I don't know. And we'll be sure to touch base about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Thank you so much.
Mac's gonna interview you, Stephen. We'll just take some time to put that together. Max is back at school, so during the
Let's-
week he's at school.
Yeah, so he said, I was
and-
promised an interview with Max Keebler. No one responds to me. I have to donate to get a message through. Please check my latest episode of My 600-Pound Life, new season, filming for now.
Okay.
Everyone tune into that show. I've actually watched it. It's very inspiring. Definitely a good one to watch. And we will definitely touch base with you about that, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen, for always being there. And Max Kleiber will be glad to interview you. We'll we'll make sure we double check with him. Again, he's going to school right now, so maybe maybe closer to the holidays, when he has time off from school, around Christmas time would probably be some better, because right now we're really busy up, till November. We're coming up on 60 days till the election.
And we still have how many rallies to go? I want to say,
Well,
assuming that prediction was correct,
30?
dozens still. Yeah.
As many as 30?
Yeah.
Yes. So we still have a long way to go.
It
but
all
a long,
depends on,
exciting road,
what's
so.
going on in the world, in the news, and President Trump's schedule, and then the venues, finding places to hold rallies, because it seems like now the rallies are being held at places where they have to have at least 10,000 people.
Right.
Because people are showing up to these things, and as we get closer to the election, there's people are more involved and excited. So,
I just want to say this. So, for those of you who voted for Trump in the 2016 election, that was such a major victory for America. Frankly, I know that a lot of us in media, we were really pulling and really doing everything we could leading up to that year. And I don't want people to think that they don't have to get out and vote, that the midterms aren't important, because they're critical. They're critical to make sure that the policy goes that the way that the country deserves for it to go. And part of the president being here, as we mentioned, is to make sure that right candidates are in office, and to support people that support the president's agenda. So.
Definitely. It's awesome having a Republican as president, but if you like his productivity thus far, which I think you can argue whether, no matter what side of the aisle someone is on, he's been very productive with his time and very efficient in doing so. And if we want that to continue, you have to get out and vote for midterm elections. It's absolutely significant, just because if we don't have the policymakers being backed by the GOP, then it's definitely, we're not going to get legislation through. Everything's going to be 10 times harder, and productivity is going to dip extremely. So definitely get out there and vote. Every vote counts. Especially being a poli-sci major, every vote counts. You have to get out there and vote. It's your right, it's your privilege. Get out there and vote. It's so important.
Well, most people vote once every 4 years in the general election. So for the president of the United States, that's when people are most involved, and the voting numbers go way up in November of a presidential year. Then any other year or any other election, whether it's a primary or general in an off year, the numbers go way down. So the idea here, if you want to win elections, you have to energize the vote. That means get people to go vote that don't normally vote. People that normally vote only on presidential years, you're trying to get them to go vote when they don't normally vote. So you're trying to get people out of their routine to do something extra. And I guess it just, it's hopefully with the world being a smaller place and more information out there, all the great Make America Great Again, hashtag MAGA Twitter followers and supporters. I mean, if you're on Twitter and you see all of the people with hashtag MAGA and all of the great Twitter patriots out there, that hopefully, they're trying to rally people together. People like Scott Pressler, he's out there on a daily basis holding a sign. He's sitting in Starbucks with supporting Trump on his computer. The guy is just relentless. And hopefully, that is something that, makes an impact. Every person that gets involved and gets out there and tells their friends and family, if everybody does that, you tell your friends and family to go vote. It's so important, and it makes a huge difference. And that's why President Trump is doing all these rallies, because people come to the rallies, then they go home and tell their friends and family about the rally, and hopefully, about the local candidates like Matt Rosendale here in Montana, that, for people to go out and vote for Matt Rosendale. So.
Yeah, and just briefly touching on that, too, I know we had briefly mentioned this earlier, but there's a reason that the president is honing in on a state like Montana that has less than 1 million people. For the Senate race this year, that's up for grabs. John Tester is the current Democrat incumbent, and his his opponent is going to be Matt Rosendale. A recent poll came out on August 28th, and that poll indicated that Rosendale is 2 points ahead, but that is not a significant amount. And the race overall is deemed by political experts to be a toss-up. So there's still a lot at stake here, you know, in a state that has gone historically blue and red, essentially. So that's essentially why he's honing in on a state with less people, so to speak. So definitely important to note. But yeah, like we've said all along, go vote. Very, very important.
So Randall Tom, he's posting on his Twitter that there's a bonus. So the person that wins the flag tomorrow also gets a surprise box of treasures. So Front Row Joe treasure. So we talked about political memorabilia, and the Front Row Joes, they're always, you know, they have all the latest buttons and you know, all the gear, signs, you know, the Make America Great Again signs, Women for Trump, Trump digs coal, all the great signs, Keep America Great. And, you know, Randall Tom being so generous, donating his flag. And, you know, if you make a donation, you can add, we're going to add up your donation. So you don't have to make one big donation of $200 or, you know, $500. You can spread your donations out, and we'll add them up. And whoever donates the most at the end of the day tomorrow at our live stream after the rally tomorrow night, we're going to add them all up, and then you'll get the flag. So just keep donating. You know, we really appreciate it. Every penny helps. Every dollar helps. We use every dollar wisely. And believe me, we're going to be going to 30 plus rallies in the next 60 days. So we're not going to miss one either.
And this one is particularly expensive for us to get to, and particularly painful with all of our connecting flights and our running around and hopping to and fro. And Tom, in his drive up here,
Dedication.
has murdered more bugs on the highway than anything I've ever seen. I've never seen a windshield like that. And it's dedication. And I'm sorry, Bailee.
No, that's okay.
I just want to point that out, that we go to great lengths to get here to bring you this coverage. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it kind of, you know, keeps me motivated, you know, when I, you know, I'm kind of like if you remember Jim Thome, you know, his batting helmet was always messed up. He never got a new helmet because, you know, it kept him grinding. So it is a grind when you travel. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but it's
Also switching gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off a little bit, but so thank you for your donation, Stephen Asante, for $10. He said, "I will not do it again. Hoping you read my message. My last was forgotten. Tom, I cannot wait very long. I have other commitments. Can you come to Houston and interview me sooner?" I think the best bet would be to connect them, and I'm sure he'll touch base with you, and we'll make sure that gets resolved.
I'll talk to Joe again. Joe's the boss, and he makes the call. So we'll put our heads together, and we'll definitely do it before the end of October. So we really appreciate your support, Stephen, and it means a lot to us. You mean a lot to us. Every person, you know, even if you're just a regular chatter, you're important to us. So we're going to make it happen. And, you know, I was just, you know, we are going to be busy between now and November, the election day, because we want to win. We're not sick of winning yet, and we're winning. And
it's not just about that. We want the country to win. We want the country to prosper. We love seeing the job numbers, for example. I mean, record high employment across the board, you know, in the Black community, in the Latino community, in every community, even with women. You know, I see all these tweets that are negative, and I'm like, let's look at the numbers, ladies, because we're doing really well.
And that's not an opinion. Numbers speak for themselves.
That's right.
You know,
and we love this country. We love that people are getting back to work. And we're seeing, you know, this amazing thing take place. We're seeing hope for the first time in a lot of communities. And we visited these communities in 2017 where they were beginning to rebuild, namely in West Virginia, Ohio, really areas that were hit pretty hard when their industries closed. And seeing this return is worth it alone to visit these places. And it's just, you know, that's what we're doing here.
And we're so proud of Judge Kavanaugh. You know, we're going to keep him and his family in our prayers. You know, he's going through a battle right now. You know, but he's, you know, he's showing up and he's really telling his story and telling the whole country why he's deserving to be the next Supreme Court justice. And we're really proud of Judge Kavanaugh.
I was going to say, what did y'all think of the Democrat obstruction just handed on a platter? That was quite, I read a report that was saying that his children were escorted out of the room because they were even being harassed, which is kind of a new low. Very sad.
Well, Judge Kavanaugh, he taught at Harvard for 10 years, and the person that hired him was Justice Elena Kagan when she was the dean of the law school at Harvard. So she brought him on because she wanted diversity of thought. She wanted a conservative.
And his talent, his brilliance, and his ability to.
But Judge Kavanaugh graduated from Yale, attended Georgetown, graduated from Yale Law School. So he has a pedigree from Georgetown, Yale, and Harvard. He was one of the most popular law professors on campus for 10 years. He couldn't even hold office hours in his office. He had to hold the office hours in the student, union at a table because there was so many students that wanted to be around him.
Well, and it was interesting too because the Democrats actually interrupted like 62 times throughout the first day's hearing, and it was just painful to watch. I think his qualifications speak for themselves, and I know that a lot of left-leaning whoever were claiming that it wasn't a transparent process, and they wanted more documents released, but there actually was more documents released on him than the past two nominees. So I think that's something really important to note. I feel like they're kind of grabbing at anything they can at this point just because he's qualified, and what else can they grab at? You know what I mean? So that's important to know that this has been a transparent process, and plenty of documents have been released. I know, Tom, you mentioned the ones that haven't are highly classified, so those probably won't be released, I would assume. But
attorney-client privilege. He worked, in the Bush administration, advising President Bush in his years, and of course, the other side, they would love to read those papers, just like we would love to read Hillary's emails. Where are the emails?
There you go.
So it's just.
But not really the same. Judge Kavanaugh is, above reproach, and don't you hate even the staffer? The left is trying to make it, specifically the leftist media. They're trying to make something out of a hand gesture. This poor woman was just holding her arm. I think her name was Zena Bash. She's an assistant to the judge, and anything that they could possibly do to taint or to tarnish or to sling mud, they're going to do it, even if they have to make it up. It's the craziest thing. It's really crazy.
And Republicans were too nice. With the Republicans, when President Obama put forth nominees, they went through, just right through the process. There was no arguments. There was no, yelling from the gallery.
There was a precedent for rules.
Yeah.
And it just seems like that just goes out the window for whatever reason. I expected, the backlash, the banter, but the level that it got to, especially I watched most, if not all of day one, and it was just painful to watch.
Well, the gloves are off, and, the idea is to win elections, and like President Trump, Judge Kavanaugh has great hair. So, the idea is to win elections. And when you win elections, President Trump being a Republican, he gets to nominate, the judges he wants to be on the Supreme Court. And we have the majority in the House. In the Senate, we have a very slim majority. Right now, it's exactly a 50-50 split with Vice President Pence. But now that John Kyle will be taking over for the late Senator John McCain, and our prayers are with his family too, that now we're going to have that majority again in the United States Senate. We'll have 51 votes with Vice President Pence being the president of the Senate.
It was interesting, though, because the last rally, the president had mentioned, we have the majority, but we don't stop here. He's like, someone gets the cold, we don't have the majority now. One person is at home sick. We're back to, fighting for those votes. So.
And there are going to be Democrats voting for Judge Kavanaugh because it's it's an election.
They're
year.
going to have to.
So they're going to have to. Like,
yeah, I've read some reports too. A more moderate congressman, Senator Susan Collins, she and a couple other lawmakers came out and said unless something groundbreaking were to happen, that they would throw their support behind him. Just in regards to the political atmosphere currently. So.
absolutely.
Don't forget to donate, guys. I hate to bring it back to that, but you know what? It's about that time. We've been sitting here exhausted, wanting to share enthusiasm. It's still in there, right? As tired as we are,
No.
we still got it. And we're on this live chat because we want to remind you that we're here for you, and we're covering this very special, very important event that the president is coming to Billings tomorrow. And not only do we want to see you and meet you, but we want you to support our network so that we can keep doing it. Can you tell them how to do this, or somebody tell them
Well,
how to
I'll
do this?
start with the old school way, because I'm old school. So if you'd like to send a check, or if you'd like to send a letter, you can make it out to RSBN and send it to 1550 Opelika Road, Opelika, Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830.
Okay.
You can also donate on our YouTube chat. You can click on I call it the S.
That's my
Click on the
favorite.
S or the dollar sign.
That's my favorite. It's 2 simple clicks and you're done, and you're already in here watching us, so why not? I mean, it's the most simple way to do things. It's called Super Chat, ironically, which isn't that kind of a weird way to weird way to put it. But anyway, that's one way. And there's a couple more. There are
And
a couple more.
Patreon, right? And that's the
Patreon.
one where you can sign up for monthly donations. So if you really, really like what you're seeing and you want to make sure that we're at every single rally to bring you all the coverage and latest updates, then you can do that via Patreon. And essentially you can do any amount, and it will, and you can do that monthly. So like I said, we appreciate all those donations. And also something to keep in mind if you're just tuning in, is our latest giveaway. And with that giveaway, so one of our front row Joes, Randall Tom, we love you. He's doing this for the second week in a row. He's bringing an American flag with President Trump's emblem on it, and he will be having all the Patriots in line and in the surrounding area sign the flag. So essentially it will be a piece of history, and we'll be giving that away to the highest donor. So be sure to donate if you like what you're seeing. We'll continue to bring latest updates with live coverage.
That's right. Thank you to Sofa King, love that name by the way, for the donation that you made just now. So apparently somebody's listening to me. It's amazing. But thank you very much for giving me a shout out and for donating to RSBN.
So Swoosh for Trump, shout out to Swoosh for Trump. Good to see you. DM, always good to see you in the chat. Sanity is now a mod. So Sanity, congratulations. Sanity.
You guys forgive me. I'm hovering over both of their shoulders to sort of be able to interact with you guys.
We see Watchman and Laughing Old Woman. Good to see you again. And Angela Ray, good to see you. Of course, Webster Cal. Zoom, good to see you in the chat tonight. Vegas dude, Heidi Heidkamp is shaking in her cowgirl booties. I think she will vote for Kavanaugh. So Vegas dude, you must be from North Dakota, so it's good to see you there in the chat. JC, of course, JC's always there. Good to see you, JC.
Guys, thank you so much for the welcome back. I was so afraid that sometimes when you're gone too long, people forget that you were ever part of the movement, part of this great group of people. So thank you for welcoming me.
We couldn't forget you, Maggie.
Here. All right.
Aaron von Geisenbergen, good to see you in the chat. Of course, Christopher Milner, good to see you. Lily Hager, good to see you tonight. Steve G. Hi from down under, Australia. Good to see you. Is Maggie here to stay? Kenneth Vaughn wants to know. Is Maggie here to stay?
Yes. RSBN is my family. I will forever be here to stay until Joe forces me to no longer come. But I, of course.
Maggie never left. She was always here with us.
I never left. I mean, I took a little bit of a break. I had some personal stuff that I needed to do, but yeah.
Zach Sutton, good to see you tonight. Cindy Hoffman's in the room. Cindy Hoffman, one of our mods.
I can't read. My eyes are bad. He, Angela. Good. This is nice. Thanks for the love, guys.
Yes, and thank you to all of those that have donated tonight. Like I said, keep donating to win that flag. It's really going to be something awesome. Randall Thomas put a lot of love into that contest, and his enthusiasm is just totally evident, and I absolutely love it.
And Randall Tom said he brought a number of different colors for the Sharpies. So he has Sharpies in many different a rainbow of colors. So you could pick your favorite color and sign the flag tomorrow if you happen to be in beautiful Billings, Montana tomorrow.
It is so beautiful here. Oh my gosh. All three of us, we are thinking about moving to Montana. It's so spacious and so welcoming, and the sky is endless. And it's just,
It's like the Wizard of Oz. It's a really beautiful place.
It's very quaint, and it kind of has a total oxymoron, but like a homey foreign feeling. 'Cause I've never been here, but it's very quaint, charming, very like nice people. Like it's just very pretty, the landscape with all the mountains and stuff. So it's definitely a very cool place to be.
You don't want to stay too long because you might want to live here. So that's the thing. It's just
That's
it's very rugged. It's just very open, and you could tell the winters here. The winters are pretty harsh here. So we were asking somebody, one of our waiter at dinner. We were asking.
Yeah, and they were saying how it doesn't snow quite like the Northeast, but I don't know. Coming from San Diego, I think a half an inch of snow is probably too much. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but
yeah, they have a lot of like enclosed walkways from one building to another. They even have like a canopy over an intersection. You could tell, like just trying to keep the intersection dry or keep it from ice and snow. So something different you don't normally see in a downtown area, like a canopy over an intersection. Just very interesting, but beautiful place. Where did we go for dessert? We went to this place that was called
the Big Dipper.
The Big Dipper. I mean, what a place for ice cream. You couldn't think of a better name.
What did you have, actually? This is so much more interesting than anything
You took a picture of it,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I took
in
a
that
picture
camera?
of it.
On that
and
phone?
I put it on Twitter, and I was trying to say what happens in Billings stays in Billings, and then I published it for the world to see, or at least on my following to see. He actually ate it, like the whole. Did you see the whole thing?
it's like I mean,
It was just
whatever.
like it was beautiful. I haven't really had one of those since high school, and like
Oh,
people still
come
eat
on.
those. I mean, it's like, wow.
It was a banana split. So
It
I
wasn't
mean,
just any banana split. It was like
It was a pretty big monstrosity. I would
MAGA.
say.
they put a lot of whipped
Yes.
cream on it, so it makes it look like there's a lot of it. The whip, right to the ice cream. So it kind of teased you there, but it was good. It was good.
Somebody, I read this, so I can only see like every few. I would love some help with it. I actually gave myself some bangs, a couple weeks ago out of boredom. I haven't, I'm kind of, I'll take all the help I can get. So whomever wrote that, thank you, and you're certainly all advice is welcome. Yeah.
Well, it's good to mix it up. Somebody was asking me about. I call this natural sunblock. When you grow the beard in, because I was getting burned. A lot of these rallies, being outside, I was getting burned pretty bad. But somebody asked me, Joe Jack, he asked did Tom drive there? Yes, I drove again. I paced myself. So we were in Evansville, Indiana, which is the very southern tip of Indiana, at our last rally, which is the border of Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. So right on the border there. And then, so that was last week. So then from there, I went to stay at a friend's in Kansas City, Missouri. So I have a friend in Kansas City, stayed there for a couple days, Labor Day weekend. And then from there, I drove up north, up I-29. So drove through the border of Nebraska and Iowa. So if you're driving
up here, and I thought I had it on airplane for my calls, and apparently somebody just buzzed on through. So forgive us for that, and Tom's fixing it now.
Can we just acknowledge that I'm really impressed it made it that long?
I am too.
It's pretty impressive.
But bear with us, please, and just be aware that we are really trying to do this well. Really trying to do this well.
How's that?
Wonderful. Yeah. Looks good. Yeah, now again, the rally will take place, or it'll begin at 7 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, so 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to tune into that, but tune in all day for our live coverage. We'll be interviewing all the great Patriots standing in line who, I swear they get there earlier and earlier every time, it seems like, you know.
Sorry about that.
I think at the Evansville rally, we had spoken to people that got in line at like 4 in the morning, and it wasn't till 6 or 7 at night. So a lot of dedicated people that will be entering for you guys
love
tomorrow.
our country. And love RSBN. Yes. Sorry. And we love them back. I'm excited to see our people. To see our people tomorrow. All right, I'm trying to. Do you guys have any questions for us? It seems like we get a lot of comments. And do not forget, do not stop donating, because we are staying up just to be with you. But we want to make sure that you guys realize that we are running specifically on donations only. So just a friendly reminder.
So be sure to donate. And like we mentioned before, we have a huge incentive this week. Went really well last week with our viewers. If you donate, you'll get, or if you're the highest donor, you'll receive a flag signed by many of the great Patriots standing in line. And that was first initiated by one of our front row Joes, Randall Tom. So thank you, Randall. It was a great idea. It went over really, really well last week, and we're doing that again. So be sure to donate in an effort to be the highest bidder, and you will receive that flag. So definitely donate, donate, donate. We appreciate all of those. And we got a question, does it matter how you donate for the contest? No, it doesn't. It just matters. We're just giving away the flag to the highest donor. So whichever way you prefer is totally viable.
Yeah, we'll add up all your donations, whether you donate through PayPal, whether you donate on the YouTube Super Chat, and we'll add them all up. Even if you donate on both, you donate some in YouTube Super Chat and some in PayPal, we'll add it all up. We'll just make sure you include the same username so that we know who you are. So
Somebody asked, what's the highest donation so far? Well,
we had a $1,000 donation at our last rally on PayPal, so that person won the flag. So I would say anywhere, $200 and up, you have a really good shot of winning. That's my opinion, but I think the second place donation was a little over $200. So, but just somebody came out of the blue and made a huge donation at our last rally. So, but I would say if you donate over, $200, that you're going to definitely be in the running for the flag.
have any of you met POTUS or his team? So the interesting thing about this rally, it's my understanding that the president is going to be posing for photos with specific people that are registered for the event. That's a great way to interact and meet the president of the United States. Have any of us met him? We've met members of his administration, obviously his media team. They coordinate all of this. I've never personally met the president yet.
I've been close to him. He came to my local county fair in 2016, so I was, within 20 feet or 50 feet.
We've all seen him in person a number of times. Have we ever met him?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
And we all know him from, he's been on TV since the 1980s. So, of course I'm a little bit older, but you feel like you know him because you've seen him on TV for all these years.
That's right. I want to say this is not about a celebrity. Yes, we love our president, but this is more about a movement and about America, and that's what this represents. It doesn't represent the celebrity image, or it's so much deeper than that. And
the people lifted up Donald J. Trump. The people lifted him up. He even admitted during the campaign, this is a movement. And so this is a movement. People were, tired of Congress doing nothing. They lifted up this man, Donald J. Trump, to be the 45th president of the United States. And here we are. We're living in history. And we're doing these rallies. And we're just so grateful to be a part of this on Right Side Broadcasting.
People like Joe. I mean, honestly, people like Joe Seals are responsible for the president having this historic victory that he had. I mean, people in media were so doggedly against him. If you guys remember this, if you were watching media coverage of then candidate Trump in 2016, it was over. And it took alternative media to really get the message out. RSBN and Joe Seals, the first people to ever pan the camera. And so.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
And just, being a fan, and watching, watching all of the live streams and all of the broadcasts and all of the press conferences. And there's been so much action in the last year and a half or so, just every day. All of the list of accomplishments are endless. And we've only begun. We're only a year and a half in or so of what could be, 8 years. President Trump.
What will be 8 years?
If he gets reelected in 2020, which, who are they going to run against them? So we'll see. But just grateful to be a part of it. And you're right there with us. We feel your prayers. We're obligated to you, all the monthly supporters and all the regular chatters and people that donate. It's just we feel your love and support, and we're working really hard for you.
We do it out of love. We really do love our viewer. We do.
And Bailee, this is going to be her second
Bailee.
rally,
Yeah.
so we want
This is only
to,
my second
we're still
rally.
welcoming her, and
Yeah,
we hope that it's a great time and it's a success for you too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Like I said, this is my first time to Montana, so it's beautiful. Really excited to be here. Really excited to do what we did last week again and meet some more people and give you guys some more coverage. So really, really excited to be here.
So it's 10:24 here Mountain Time, so that would be, we're almost at 12:30 Eastern Time. So
What are you thinking?
Any-
Should we sign up? Will you guys continue to donate? If we're staying up with you, we need to see. We have a 10-minute warning, actually. Excuse me, just from Joe. So last opportunity to donate to RSBN to keep us here. And if you're in Montana, we want to meet you. If you're at this Trump rally, we want to meet you. So please, we love interviewing you. We love people that want to talk to us. Is there anything better than finding somebody who wants to talk to you? Like,
No.
It's awesome. It's like, yes, please. So if you can hear me, please say hello. Please get on our live stream tomorrow, and we really love you. We love it.
So I see Alyssa's in the chat. How you doing, Alyssa? Good to see you. And you're doing great. All the great nightly news shows, and she's always there. Just giving remarks in the post shows for when the press secretary, our great press secretary Sarah Sanders comes out. So and does all those. Speaks to the very fake news. So Alyssa Ash is always there. She's giving it her all, and I know that she wishes she could be here with us tonight. So
We missed
we
you.
miss you, and look forward to seeing you at the next rally. What's everyone's favorite interview you've done so far? So
I like it when we do interviews with candidates that support the president's agenda. We did one most notably with Omar Navarro, who's running against Maxine Waters in California. And for those of you that are following this race, she recently reported him to the FBI. It's become really nasty, and I like it when we get the chance to interview candidates and they get to present their positions, in a very fair and unbiased way and talk directly to you. That's probably my favorite.
Absolutely, me too. I got to interview Patrick Morrissey, who's the U.S. Senate candidate from West Virginia. I got to interview a candidate in Ohio running in the special election in Ohio. I'll definitely be open. We'll be open to interviewing anybody that we can find here in Montana that's running for office.
Most notably with RSBN, when we did CPAC, it was such an honor and such a blessing. My governor, I'm from Kentucky, was walking through the hallway and did a quick interview with RSBN. He has a really powerful pro-life position, but he really loves our state, and he's really on board with bringing jobs back to the state. So that was kind of special for me too, honestly.
And Alyssa's been doing some great interviews with candidates, on the air. She'll do a live stream or maybe tape an interview and they re-show it. So she's been doing great and making connections at the rally so we can line up interviews for her too, to do from Auburn, Alabama, or at her home studio. So we have another donation. So we have a $10 donation from, first of all, Randall Tom. Did we already?
Thank you, Randall. No, we did not.
Randall Tom donated $169. Thanks, Randall. And we have a donation from Sinless Begons. So you donated before, and I know you like to extend the stream. You said no one seems to give a rip tonight, or the money's all gone. Either one. We ain't rich, but I'm sure it will pick up tomorrow. Love you all and have a great evening. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Whether you could donate $1 or $5, or if you can't donate at all, just being your chats are priceless. Just being here with us, being a part of the family. We just have to ask. We have to ask, and we have to remind. And we have this contest. We want to give things away. So it's all for fun. It's all for continuing the momentum. So we need the donations so we can continue to go to the rallies, so that we can continue to carry the message, and we can continue the momentum so that we can continue winning. So it's all about momentum and building and building and building. And that's what the great thing about this new interactive media is. It's grassroots politics. And I'm a big fan of grassroots politics.
That's how you get it done.
That's right.
How you get it done.
So RSBN, RSBN gets it done. RSBN rules, RSBN rocks. And it's just great. And we know that So it's just, we always maybe have somebody new. So we're reminding them about our website or how they can donate and things. So, there might be somebody new in the chat. We ask them to click on the bell and subscribe if they're on YouTube. We ask them to become a monthly donor if they want, or make a donation, or become a member, or just to get to know other people in the chat. So we have a 24-hour chat. We want to remind people of that too. So, because I know, being a fan, I know what it's like. I have always been a fan of RSBN, but for a long time I was just a fan, just watching, just like you. So I know that perspective of it. I've made many donations myself to RSBN.
We have a lot of rallies coming up, and we want to make sure that we get to each and every one of them, or as many as we can get to. We hate missing one.
Yeah, it could be upwards of 25. So without you guys, we won't be able to make that. So definitely donate. And like we mentioned before, you'll be entered into the drawing for the flag. You will win the flag if you're the highest donor. So also something to note. And thank you, Master Maddie, for 10 euros. I would love to see RSBN and have an interview with Mr. Trump himself, maybe contact the White House. I think we'd love that too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe stay tuned. Who knows? I guess.
And we keep working hard. People are watching, so you never know who's watching. I mean, I hate.
It's true though.
Anybody can be watching. I mean, anybody. So it's like all we have to do is just do the best that we can. That's all that we can control, and work as hard as we can, and the rewards will come. Without hard work, you're not going to get any rewards. So. We're showing up, we're showing the rallies, we're interviewing the people, and we're following the president. I mean, he's working so hard. He's hard to keep up with, doing all these rallies. And but thank God for President Trump, because we have been waiting for this for a long time, and waiting for somebody to fight for us, for the people. So it's happening right now. And so get on board. It's full steam ahead. Get on board or get run over. That's the Trump train.
There you go. On that note, we will see all of you tomorrow. Do you want to tell them what time?
Be sure to tune in at 1:30 Mountain Time. So I'm assuming most of you are Eastern, so 3:30 Eastern Time and 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. So definitely keep donating. You'll be, if you're the highest donor, you'll win the flag. We'll be out there tomorrow bringing you live coverage, all the latest updates. We're really excited to meet some more of you guys, and definitely tune in tomorrow.
See
So
you
thanks
then.
for watching.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Welcome back, Maggie.
My friends and my family are as far from this city as Washington Square. Cover this warm night in a blanket of starlight, and I'll follow this freeway out into the air. In case you should wonder and wanted to find me, I'm traveling homeward to Washington Square. I'm traveling homeward to Washington Square. Washington Square. Washington Square.